And welcome in, Gyms and Gymettes, to another exciting edition of No Substitute for Sports. I'm your host, Nick Johnston, coming to you in person today. There we are. This is episode number 39. And yes, the Bears have won a football game. First stop, win number one. Next stop, the Super Bowl. That's how it works. It's that easy. Thank you, as always, for tuning into the No Substitute for Sports on the No Substitute for Sports podcast on the Degenerates Network YouTube page. If you're just stumbling upon us, subscribe to us. Hit that little button over there. Also, hit the like button as well. Maybe share us around. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell your sports gambling sponsor after you secretly bet tonight's over/under. It's about to go live right now, but you'll get this tomorrow. We'll never tell, but always gamble responsibly, of course. You can follow us at Degenerates on Twitter, and every Friday, 1 p.m. Central, I go live on twitch.tv/SportsTownShy for No Substitute for Sports Live, cleaning up anything we don't get to here. Finally, subscribe to YouTube, like it on Facebook, X-Bomb Sports. We're not going live this week, but next week for Bad Karma Wrestling, talking anything and everything there with co-host Double D, David D. Dykstra. But yeah, that's all coming up next week. Like I said, no show today, just my live shit on Friday. There you go. A ton to talk about as always. The Bears finally won a game. Woohoo! Bears finally won a game. The book might be out on Jordan Love in the rest of week 5, so we'll talk between that in the NFL. Next to look before, we'll be able to look at waiver moves that were made and a preview of week 6 matchups in our fantasy football league. Afterward, we can check in on the MLB postseason currently standings, a little Bedard talk as well, and finally thoughts on Tuesday night's pro wrestling head-to-head, which is why we took the little break, the little hiatus between AEW and NXT. All that, tons more in between. But let me get it underway. Let me introduce to you in person, once again, the founder and CEO of Fat Cat _streams, Mikey J. Fat Cat. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. It's a great day, great night, ready to get this rocking and rolling, man.
Oh yeah. Like I said, took a little break. That's what we were just chilling. It is what it is. Got some stuff going on, but either way, in that meantime, I was able to catch up on some stuff. I was able to watch Bones and All. This movie's, I'm warning you guys, and a spoiler alert, a little bit light on this. It was awful. Timothy Chalamet might, in fact, be the worst actor of all time, which is why I informed that I had to break the news to the gal. No chance in hell I'm going to go see Wonka after that. That was an absolute dumpster fire. I don't know. He's literally the definition of just a pretty face, for the love of Christ. That's our definition of it, or that's our generation of that guy right now. Holy cow.
Oh.
Talentless.
Never heard of that movie, but I'll just have to take your word for that.
Bones and All. I thought it was a vampire movie. They end up just eating people. It's weird. Yeah, I know. That's not a spoiler alert. That's in like the whole description of it. So go ahead and check that out for you. But don't watch it. It's 2.5 hours of nothing.
Wow.
Every time there's a problem, they drive away. It sucked. So yeah, not scary, not anything to deal with it. Don't see that movie. I actually caught up on some good stuff though. I actually saw John Wick, the first one for the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, no need to go in depth on that. Everyone's probably seen that already, unlike myself. So I'll be trying to catch up on those. And also caught up on Gen V. We've been watching that series, Gen V. There you go. They got the little symbol. I've been enjoying it so far. How about you? What was your thoughts on it?
It's been great. I love all the boys stuff, and it's just like it. So it's seeing like the high school or like college that they go to train and become superheroes.
Yeah,
like showing that A-Train got drafted.
Exactly. I was trying to explain it to my mom. It's just like it's a world if superheroes were the NFL or the NBA, basically, and like being a superhero was your like ticket into like getting a job and everything like that. So
everyone wants to be in the 7.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So without like giving anything big spoiler, and of course everyone who doesn't know that is it's a spin-off of The Boys, and it's around the same exact time. So if you're watching, like, that was one of my first questions was, is it same time? Is it before, during, after? It's
right in between this last season that they just had and the new one that's going to come out. So I'm sure that maybe they'll mix these new characters with the the boys too once that new season comes out.
Maybe somewhere down the line. So yeah, definitely check that out. That's been a lot of fun. Maybe come season finale time, I think we'll maybe take some appetizer time and talk about it or something like that.
Of course.
As the season progresses, we'll be trying to catch episode 5 tonight. Hopefully that premieres after the football game or something like that. Either way, I think that was just about it. Did you see that guy climbing the building? You see that one guy climbing it was in Chicago. That guy, oh Lord Almighty! It was just some guy climbing. Lord have mercy.
Did not hear about this.
It was I suppose he was a protester.
No.
That's what I was told. Protester climbs Chicago building. Hopefully that brings something up. Climbs Chicago building. That was yesterday. Literally yesterday, as I'm. Yeah, pro-life Spider-Man climbs Chicago Accenture at ACCENTURE Tower. Accenture Tower.
Accenture Tower.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess like I said, it was for exactly that. It was for a protest.
Jesus.
Per Chicago Sun-Times. There you are. Incredible.
Insane.
Yeah. Just I'm afraid of heights. Uncontrolled heights. I can't believe I can't again for whatever this is, for whatever that was. All I got you was a night in jail. I a recognition and a night in jail. So congratulations on that one.
You win.
You win. He did indeed. You know who else won? The Bears won this week. I think that's a nice transition into the NFL. Did you want me to go on the Bears? Do you want to talk Packers?
Go Bears. Right.
Go Bears. There you go. I'm clipping that. Clipping that. You heard it here first. Go Bears. So he took on the Commanders Thursday night. Finally, DJ Moore was able to show out, and 230 on. He had a big game. He had 49 in most fantasy leagues and everything like that. 40-20 was the final. Almost let it creep up. Almost let them creep right back in. But like I said, DJ Moore said no, thank you. Everything else on this game, just really enjoyed it. Bears got pretty banged up, so not gonna lie on that one. Roshan Johnson concussion protocol, might not get him. Khalil Herbert, doubtful, might be out for. I think he might have been placed on the IR this week. I'm not entirely sure. Bears had to go out, and Reese, I think he was on the team before, but on the Dolphins practice squad, Evans for Richie Evans, R. Evans. Either way, had to get. Anyone from the Dolphins, we give and take almost, because the Bears trade Claypool to the Dolphins. And how about the statement from Tyreek Hill today? Claypool looks like a vending machine out there.
Yeah, I guess that means he doesn't move. Like he just is slow or something. I don't know. He looks like I don't know what that's
a compliment. I don't know what to take away from that. Like I said in our group chat, is that it's overpriced and doesn't work half the time. Then yeah, that's a perfect comparison. I liked what Alan said too. It was most of the
paid and then just drop everything.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That's I don't know, like I said, a give and take with the Dolphins. But moving forward, D'Onta Foreman going to be active this week.
Wow.
Not the worst. I mean, this is exactly what we wanted. And then looking preseason, I was saying before, he was like a healthy scratch just about every week. He's due for something. Was able to step in last year or the year before and actually do something when Derrick Henry was out. He's come back from a torn Achilles, so nice little resurrection. So hopefully he can actually just be useful. And if he gets 15 touches, maybe he gets at least 60 yards or something like that. I think that's useful. And then goal line work for sure for D'Onta Foreman, pending we get down there. So I mean, playing. Oh man, I can't think of who the Bears are playing this week.
Vikings, right?
Yes, the Vikings, and they're without Justin Jefferson. We'll get to that maybe a little bit later, come fantasy time. But yeah, I'm enjoying, and I'm possibly enjoying a little bit of possible upset against the Vikings. We'll see.
And how about the conspiracy with the Vikings right now?
What is that?
Justin Jefferson was sprinting in the practice facility today.
Wow.
Fine.
Wow.
Let's just put him on the IR so they can tank and maybe get a better quarterback.
Wow.
This offseason, because Kirk's gonna be out the door.
And if he is, does he go to the JETS, Jets?
I think if he went to the Jets, I've been seeing pictures and articles of that. That would be interesting.
Him on the Jets? I mean, him on the Broncos? I mean, I doubt they make the move with Russell Wilson, but obviously I can't really think that off the top of my head, but that seems to be the go-to, the Jets earlier on. That damn dog's barking.
So yeah, apparently Justin Jefferson's fine, but they put him on the IR.
Allegedly.
That's a conspiracy.
I can't believe that. That's so crazy. If he's really having it out that much for Kirk Cousins, if there's that much hatred, if that's the word we want to use here. Crazy.
Have given up already, if that's the case.
Both 1-4. Did you think? I definitely didn't think that the Vikings and the Bears would have the same exact record, whether it would be positive or negative at this point in time. But this is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, the Lions are running away with this division.
Seems to be the case. That seems to be the case. Like I said, just looking back on this Bears game, more glad that a little bit of a takeaway. Of course, DJ Moore has a huge game. Justin Fields targeted about 7 different players, but only 3 people able to haul in receptions, and that being DJ Moore having 230 of his 330 yards. That helps. Cole Kmet, and then your boy Robert Tonyan, but his 2 catches were very early in the game, and you didn't see him anything after that. So light on running, able to get it done. On the flip side, just to compliment the Commanders, like I kind of did on Friday, Sam Howell's pretty good. Through 338, two touchdowns and 1 interception. It was halfway. It wasn't like a bad interception. Like the defender came up and made the play.
Mm-hmm.
It was just you just got to tip your cap sometimes, the type deal. They have a player. They have a good quarterback at Sam Howell, and I think that's something that they haven't had in a long while. And a pretty solid offense when they got he has Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, Logan Thomas to throw to, even Antonio Gibson in a pinch, and then you can rely on Brian Robinson Jr. So.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's a tough division for sure, but there's upside for the Commanders on it. So I mean, if there's any Commanders fans listening, there's something to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
Either way, I like the win, but I mean, of course, it is a tough look losing to the Bears. So Bears get their first win. Loved it. If you want more on the recap of that, I kind of did that on Friday. So make sure you watch Friday's live show or listen to that on Spotify. There you go. So that's always going to be in the description below. Either way, any thoughts, questions, concerns? Let me just really quick saying more on this DJ Moore thing. Mission accomplished on this trade. I mean, fuck, that was.
I mean, after that one game, like the announcer said, he's like, "Well, he just earned a spot in the Pro Bowl after that game alone, huh?"
Yes,
yeah, probably. That was insane.
And now he's 5th in receiving yards after that game.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, he's just going to get used more now throughout the year, so. I mean, it's still early.
An amazing PPR fantasy football game. He was also made comparisons. I also brought this up on Friday. First time since Walter Payton over 200 scrimmage yards and 3 scores.
Wow.
First time since Walter Payton in the Bears franchise for a Bear to do. So that was awesome for DJ Moore. So once again, that's why pinning it up. That's good in the trade. Also named NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Would you like to know? I saw this on 670 The Score, so shout out to them. Do you know the last time a Bear was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week?
God, I bet it was such a long time ago.
And again, this pointed out in the clip that I watched on 670. This is a weekly award.
Yeah.
Given out 17 times a week. The Bears haven't had it since 1999.
Oh.
Haven't had an offensive player. NFC Offensive Player of the Week since 1999.
God.
Unless I read that incorrectly.
This
is I think it was a Bears it was either a Bears wide receiver or a Bears offensive player. Either way, awful.
How is that even possible?
This is given out every single week. But shout out DJ Moore for killing it, making the trade worth it. And boy, oh boy, I was asked this question. Someone goes, or a buddy in my class goes, like, what do you think about Bryce Young? What do you about seeing him play? And I was honest. I go, I don't think I've seen him play. I've seen him try and survive. That's the best way to put it. He looks like he's running for his life out there.
Yeah.
The Lions ate him up last week. Everyone's tearing him apart. He's already sat a game. We've already seen Andy Dalton this year. This is looking pretty good.
But yeah.
Yes, of course. I'm not gonna hate flag on him for getting hurt, but that's exactly it. He's gonna get banged up because the offensive line is terrible. They're just leaving him out there to die, and fucking he's little, a little guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna get banged up around when I don't know if they played him, but TJ Watt's gonna mess him up. Nick Bosa's gonna wreck his life up. It's tough. Watching him on I always keep referring it to the Jets Hard Knocks when Quentin Williams was standing, here and it was humongous difference. It was big difference in everything. So as we see Taylor Swift on the big screen, unfortunately, there's that, and that's a nice transition into the rest of the league. So go Bears. Like I said, fun for both squads. Hopefully, both had primetime games. We had Bears had the prime time on Thursday night, and Packers had the Monday night game. How'd the Monday night game go against the Las Vegas Raiders? The Raiders.
How would it go? It went horribly. 3 interceptions for Jordan Love, which maybe 2 weren't really his fault, but the one where he just threw it right at Spillone. Like, what are you thinking, Jordan Love? But I will say this. We got hosed by Marcus Peters. Fucking doing that horse collar tackle, screwing Christian Watson from scoring the touchdown. Literally might have cost us the game. So we didn't get hosed necessarily, but
the dirty play, but a smart play.
What a play by Marcus Peters on the Raiders. I mean, because we might have won the game if he scored that touchdown. We had to settle for a field goal, which ended up, and then the Raiders, I think they scored after that, which caused us to have to try to come back, and we did not. So if we scored, we would have still had a 3-point lead, I believe, even after all that happened. So that just sucked, seeing he was so close to the end zone, and just unfortunate. Without Aaron Jones.
Yeah, nice game too. It's 3 for 91.
Yeah. I mean, it's just without Aaron Jones, we're nothing. We can't run the ball with AJ Dillon, and when you can't run it, you can't throw it, and it's that simple. We can't even no run game without Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon is not as explosive as him, and it just shows every time he's not playing. I mean, we need him back badly, and once we do get him back, it's the Packers bye week this week, so he'll have time to rest, and hopefully he should be 100% when he gets back. But yeah, the Packers need him bad because I like the defense. Defense looks good always. I mean, there's definitely some questionable things every now and then, but Devontae Adams got locked down for the most part. Jacoby Myers had a decent day, but I liked it because I have him in fantasy. So, but it was not the best game for the Packers offensively at all, really. Jordan Love, just the 3 interceptions, so 2 of them got batted in the air and picked off, and then just one right to the guy. Just bad offense.
Yeah, that last one, both of them wanted to call PI, but I'm just like, he played the ball. He was nowhere near touching you and everything. I was just like, I don't know, probably just frustration at that point in my mind, but I doing what you can. I was astonished. I was in and out on this game. It was between that, and I think there was other stuff going on, but yeah, that was a rough one for sure. I personally enjoyed it, but yeah.
Packers will be back. It's just one game. We need Aaron Jones. That's what we're not at full health right now. And once Aaron Jones is back, we'll be cooking it up once again, I think. So once we can get that run game going, it opens up more downfield passes and get more throws to Romeo and Watson and all these guys. So yeah, I mean, definitely a rough one, but Packers aren't done. So don't give up on them. Any Packer fans out there? It's just me, but
nope, just you. Looking at AJ Dillon, 20. His probably arguably his best game, 20 for 76 and a score. That probably isn't going to happen if Aaron Jones gets this little break and comes back. Yeah, on the flip side, nothing too crazy. Jacoby Myers had a nice day, but Jimmy Garoppolo seemed like he also wanted to give up the game too. No one really stood out.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
like,
it was just a rough game in
Yeah.
general. Honestly, both offenses were looking pretty bad.
I think the total was around the mid 40s and came in at 30 points. So it was like, ugh, gross. So yeah, that was basically all. I didn't really have any other thoughts on that other than that. Anything else? Anything final thoughts before we move on to the rest of the NFL Week 5?
So Pat, go trade
Mhm.
Devontae Adams to us.
They want him back.
Yeah, just give him to us again.
There we are. From Thursday night through Monday night, but now we got everything else in between. We had the Jags and the Bills, another across the pond game. I didn't know this was actually happening. I completely forgot about this one. Luckily, my lineup was set because Travis Etienne Jr. had a ball game. I think the Jags just had the upper hand being out in London for 2 weeks straight. I think that was pretty good. Just a bit tough time slate for the Bills. I think there was a report that they actually got out there late in general, and then of course, the big ass time shift. It's a tough ask, of course. Maybe the underperformance can be there, or was that concerning with the Bills?
No, I think it was just because of the London trip and being fatigued and just I don't know. They were talking about it after the game or before the game. Roger Goodell was doing some conference in London talking about seeing if there's possibility if they have maybe multiple teams in London, how it affects them when they travel from here to the US and stuff. Because they want to.
Yeah, you know what? That wouldn't be the worst decision. If you got 4 teams out there, you could just flip-flop them.
That's true.
They could both play exactly that. I don't know. I think that would be simple. And then there's 2 stadiums out there. It's okay. It'll reset. But yeah, that actually wouldn't be the worst decision. Having 4 different teams, have them stay out there for 2 weeks and just have them both flip-flop and play each other or something like that. And then fly back.
I think it would be cool, but I don't know if it's a hassle for these teams that have to go make this trip. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot to me for them to be integrated in the NFL and these international teams.
I mean,
Roger Goodell was talking about it, but I don't know. That's why they do these games, he says, to test out to see if it's possible. But I don't know.
I think it is. I think we've been seeing that it is possible. Like, Jags are London's team. And
I mean, like I'm saying, like the Jags had the upper hand because they were there for like a week to get ready. And I mean, that definitely affect the Bills. So I don't know. I feel like it's definitely affects the team in some way, just the travel aspect of it, at least.
For sure. I mean, some get integrated, some don't. I can see where you come on both ends. I don't. Yeah, like I said, get back to it. I'm not on the Bills side of it's not. I'm not concerned, but for the Bills, that was just exactly that. Just the time shift. I'm not opposed to keeping them out there or keeping those international games. Those are fun. Those are cool.
Oh, they're cool, but to have whole-fledged teams there internationally that travel back and forth every week between the U.S. and London seems ridiculous. I don't know. I like the international games, but
yeah, maybe it's maybe a little ignorant, but like, what's the worst part? It's a bunch of rich guys out in London. Like, they get to bring out their families like that. Like, what's oh no, they get to stay out. Like, London's cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It seems like a lot even for London. The London team then always has to constantly be traveling back between the U.S.
Oh, I'm sorry. London. So you're telling me that they're actually want to have a London-based team out there.
Yeah, he said he wants.
They're seriously considering
teams. Yeah.
Now that I'm picking up on that, that's a bad. No, that's bad. That's a bad thing. That just seems like we're playing Madden now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We're gonna have the London silly nannies like from Family Guy, and then we're gonna have the Irish gold doubloons out there, or whatever.
It's just something they were mentioning. He was in this conference in London. The guy interviewing Roger Goodell was saying, "Would there ever be a chance of like there being a London team?"
I mean, he's probably just saying that to not say. He's not gonna say no. He's just gonna throw it out there. there and say, like, yeah, why not? Well, fuck it. There'll be a team there, there'll be a team in Germany, there'll be a team in Australia. We'll fly all over.
It'd be such a hassle.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
what I was saying.
That would be
like,
crazy.
Such a mess for to always be like, oh, we got to go to London now.
Oh yeah, exactly. For any of those things, it would have to be like full-fledged. These teams are on like 4 straight games at home, 3 straight on 3 away, and then they have their bye, and then they have to do something like that.
I don't know. Maybe they can make it work somehow. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll have to see. Maybe there's going to be like when No Substitute for Sports is still going on in 2020 or 2048 or something like that. That's the crossing our fingers over here. We'll be talking about exactly that. We'll be talking about the Bears going up against the Frankfurt Flognogs or something. I don't know. So Jags win 25-20 against the Bills. Nothing too concerning there. Colts Titans. Colts get the win 23-16. Anthony Richardson out for some time. Minshew says, no problem. Here I come. Is he the greatest backup of all time?
He might be. I mean, he's like the Ryan Fitzpatrick, where you just put him in and you're going to start cooking either way.
He just wants to ball out, this guy. And I mean,
I've always liked him. So
yeah.
Even when he's on the Jaguars and like he just always cooks. Like whenever he gets the opportunity, he just definitely
pocket passer that can still run around and get some wheels going. So I think he might add a little bit of value to some, not to Tua, to the pass catchers that are going on.
Yeah, I think the Colts will be just fine with him. Like it's not like they're not worse with him starting. Like if anything, they might be better with him in right now. So.
Yeah. Yes, indeedly so. So maybe a little bit less rushing from the quarterback, but they got Jonathan Taylor back and Zach Moss. How about that? Yeah. Jonathan Taylor signs a huge contract. Zach Moss has his best career game.
Wow.
If you're the owner, if you're the owner of the Colts, don't you feel like an idiot for just like, don't you just spend a bunch of money on a guy you simply didn't need? Clearly,
we were talking about this at work too. It's like, what do you do now? It's you have to keep giving it to Zach Moss because he's been doing so well this year. Like you can't just completely cut him off now that Jonathan Taylor's back. But
that would be right.
Again, Jonathan Taylor is now one of the highest paid running backs in the league, so it's you have to use him.
It's a tough. I mean, he hasn't been around all off season, and literally, it's now it's gonna be week 6. Is it he got 4 touches and a couple targets last game? Is it going to be an upgrade of like 50-50? Is he still going to be 60-40? Like that's going to be tough. And exactly that, like I have to break it to Zach Moss after that game. He had like a 70-yard run. Like, yeah, sorry, pal. Grab some bench. Here's Jonathan Taylor, who's just been a pain in the ass all season. Someone has the hot
hand like that. How can you just? It's like Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
like they just when you're doing good, how can you just replace them with someone?
Ride it till you can't no more. There you go. Shout out to him. So that was it. Colts, Titans. Colts get the win 23-16. Saints 34, Patriots 0. Wow. I mean, could you an end of an era? Absolute end of an era. I mean, yeah, for sure. The Patriots are absolute dog shit. There is nothing to redeem them at this point. Juju Smith-Schuster's out with a concussion protocol, but he's been awful. Mac Jones is dog shit. Ramondre Stevenson, he's gonna fumble the ball every single time you give it to him. Defense is trash. Clearly, when the Cowboys had 37 points, and now, like you said, the Saints 34. I know you give them a defensive score, but still, that's ridiculous.
I saw an article too, just about Juju and Jacoby Myers. They're saying that they refused to offer Jacoby Myers the same contract they offered Juju.
Oh, bing bong!
Season. And it's just. They ended up like Juju's been horrible this year, and Jacoby Myers has been great on the Raiders, and they refused to even talk to him this offseason.
There we are. So that's going to be exactly that. We'll take a quick break because I think Alan's coming in. And we're back. No substitute sports
here as well.
Gators here. Might have broke the chair.
Sorry,
who knows? Coming in hot as he always does.
You know it.
That's how the Gator rolls. We're talking, like I said, you came in, we were talking the recap of week 5. Already talked Bears, but we can talk a little bit about that, maybe some thoughts about that.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, rolling with that. Ravens, Steelers. Steelers get a comeback win 17-10. This was a tough one. Defense going in, trying to get the win for both. Lamar Jackson deserves a little bit better. No one can catch a ball. How can they spend this entire offseason focused on improving the wide receiver position and nothing got better? How?
It's got worse.
Yeah. I mean, Zay Flowers pretty decent. Odell Beckham constantly on the IR now. I don't know what to make of this.
I'm just saying maybe they figured him out.
They I mean, yeah. So
The
Steelers have for sure because he has a really bad QBR. It's like 68.3 against the Steelers in his 3 games against the Steelers.
As you see, he doesn't scramble as much as he used to, and now that he's under pressure and he has to throw it, maybe they found his weakness.
Yeah, and there's no run game there really for sure, really there anymore. Yeah, tough one there. And Steelers, I guess, sneak one out, steal one. They were the dogs in this one. Yeah. So 17-10 for the Steelers. Falcons get the win at home against the Texans, 21-19. Ritter, is he the best QB at home of all time?
Hasn't lost at home.
Hasn't lost at home. And honestly, impressive on both sides. CJ Stroud continues to impress despite the loss, of course. Goes down there, gets at the time the go-ahead touchdown, but just leaves just enough time for Desmond Ritter and the Falcons to get a last-second field goal. Young Hoku getting the game winner base essentially. So that's that. Falcons continue to get a couple more wins. That's going to be a little bit more competitive of a division there. Any thoughts on that one, Gator?
About the Falcons, all I got to say is the 1 week I drop Young Hoku.
Yeah.
And he decides to do something. That's all I got to say.
Nice game. Nice game for a kicker. He
wasn't what I thought he was going to be. He wasn't getting me as many points as I would hope. So
kicker in a dome. You gotta that's what I'm always looking out for in terms of fantasy stuff. That's what I like. Let's see. Young Hoku, he's a good guy. But how about Bijan Robinson making fucking crazy plays? Those one-handed catches are
every
bonkers.
week he's doing something crazy. I feel like he's been great fantasy and just in real life in general.
Yeah, I kind of regret not picking him up. I had a chance to draft him and I did not.
Tony Pollard could have been yours.
Yeah,
Could have been Pollard's.
Pollard's been kind of disappointing.
Mollard
could have had Bijan over Tony Pollard.
Lollard. On to the next one. Lions 42, Panthers 24. This game was an absolute fucking just shit fest blowout for the Lions. What's it going to take for the Lions to get to that next tier of teams when we're talking when we say like who's going to win the NFC? They always say the go-tos are the Eagles, the Niners, and then not anymore, but the Cowboys were up there. What's it going to take for the Lions to get in that conversation? Because they already beat the Chiefs, and I get it, week 1, a little bit of push and pull. It could go either which way, but still an impressive win. Is it going to, for me, it might just be one more big, impressive win over a team like the Bills or the Bengals or the Eagles. I don't know off the top of my head if they play any one of these teams, but that's what it's going to be. For sure, needing to win their division. But they're gonna need to make these big wins. That's gonna need to be what it is for me. I mean,
yeah, I don't disagree. You got to beat those big teams and then be consistent.
Yeah,
show the consistency. They've looked solid, and now they
a fuck ton of points.
Yeah,
scoring so many points,
and now they just got to keep doing it. And they can't hold back.
Yeah,
Aiden
Hutchinson's so good.
He is an absolute. Did you see that interception?
I don't know if I saw the interception.
Okay.
No, I don't think I saw it either.
Check that play out. Absolutely bonkers. So that was pretty good. Lions just maybe a last second touchdown. Would have been maybe basically 42-17, but Adam Thielen gets a garbage time touchdown. Pat, a little bit. Yeah, he's having a little renaissance too, the old man, enjoying his time. But that was that 42-24. Dolphins went ahead, beat up the Giants 31-16. Similar to the Patriots, minus, all the winning and the great coaching from these past couple years, past couple decades. They're completely up shit creek without a paddle. There's nothing. They have no chance of accomplishing anything worth note this year. And the Dolphins, on the other hand, they just take care of business while losing, even though they lose Devon Achane. So, thoughts on the Giants, just thoughts on anything right there. I mean, just absolutely, there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, they're in trouble.
Yeah,
without Saquon, they have nothing at all.
It could get better, but Saquon is 95% of their offense. It goes without saying. And then, of course, like I said, Dolphins continue to impress, but losing Achane,
I think Mostert will be able to carry the weight.
Yeah.
They'll be okay while he's out.
Yeah, Jeff Wilson Jr. also coming off the IR, from what I understand. And then,
okay.
I mean, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle.
Yes.
I mean, you ever heard of them? I think they'll be just
just
fine.
They're great. And now they're just adding weapons too.
Yeah, Claypool.
Yeah, they got a vending machine on their team.
There we go. We talked about that earlier. Not a compliment.
No,
not a compliment.
I wouldn't take it as a compliment.
Not at all. Let's see. Bengals 34, Cardinals 20. This was the get right game, if I've ever seen one, for the Bengals. Jamar Chase, he was open. Open. 15 catches, absolutely wrecked me in fantasy. 3 scores at 195 receiving on 19 targets. He's open. That's all I have to say. Again, are you Bengals kind of beat down an underperforming team? James Conner goes out for the Cardinals. Impressive, or again, just one of those get right games? If it would definitely be all hands on deck. Gotta jump off the ship if the Bengals lost this game.
Yeah.
Or if the Cardinals were competitive in any sort of sense, but they shut the door. They took care of business.
This is the get right game, but they also looks good for Jamar Chase to actually, back up what he's saying. And this week against the Seahawks will be interesting because fucking DK Metcalf in the conference or something after practice, they're asking him about the upcoming game against the Bengals. And he was saying that their corner on the Seahawks, Devon Witherspoon, is going to lock down Jamar Chase and expose him. And Jamar Chase retweeted that clip. So it's going to get interesting.
Oh, no.
That game. I love to see stuff like that.
Having that backstory, I definitely want to look more into that game for sure.
You never get shit talk in the NFL anymore. No. It's always buddy football now.
Also,
this is great.
DK putting his corner in such a bad situation.
That's a lot of pressure on them now for sure.
I'd hit him. I'd be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
this Jamar Chase."
Yeah, like you got to play your best now, or you're gonna get cooked up Sunday whenever they play. So,
oh my god,
yeah, I just saw that on Twitter.
Maybe see some fist swing.
Whew. I went from DK. He's already done it this year. So,
has he now? I did not see that.
Yeah,
you're gonna definitely see those Jamar Chase memes, and I took that personally. That type bullshit. You see, similar to what, as we're watching the Phillies game right now, like what Bryce Harper did. He just took all that stuff personally. Just pants the Braves last night as they played. So yeah, there you are. Bengals 34, Cardinals 20. There you go.
There we go.
Eagles 23, Rams 14. Eagles getting the win there on the road. If you're an Eagles fan, are you okay? I know none of us are, Eagles fans, but if you are an Eagles fan, are you okay with the wins, or is it not as satisfying because these aren't just total annihilation? These aren't beat downs like they necessarily should be. Like the Bills have been killing teams. The Cowboys.
That's how I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I don't care if I blow a team out or not, as long as I get the win. That's what really matters. So
okay, that is fair. I can see where you're getting there, but if you have that dominant offense,
you're right though. You're right.
They might still be playing Eagles football, and that might just be holding the time of possession, running the ball down your throat, getting the brotherly shove. Yes, that's all they want. If that's what they want. Sure enough, I think they can turn it up. Obviously, we saw the 34-31 game against the Commanders, but if I'm an Eagles fan, I would want to know what they can do. I would want a little bit more.
You think they're playing down to their opponents then?
That's the possibility. It's possibly there, but I don't have enough evidence. I haven't watched this game.
Too comfortable. Maybe they know they're good and they're just kind of coasting.
That's part of it. That's exactly what I'm kind of alluding to. Is either that they're coasting, and if they do, that can backfire.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when they are doing it against a team that has some firepower. I don't know. It's just It is what it is. See how the Eagles do. They got another couple games coming up, obviously. Jets, Broncos. Boy, this was awful. Everyone besides Breece Hall, F. I mean, all the Wilsons, F minuses. Garrett Wilson, Russell Wilson, Zach Wilson. You know, I got Garrett Wilson's even on the squad, but I can't let that slide. All of it, bad performances all the way around. I mean, to an awful luck of the roll of that fumble. I mean, as the Broncos game is kicking off, but yeah, Russell Wilson, that fumble falls just basically right into the Jets defender's hands. He just takes off for a touchdown. It's a tough break.
I mean, yeah, so much shit went back and forth in that game.
Yeah,
both sides were fucking up. It was just the best.
Like the shape of that football, the odds of that just bouncing so perfectly into his hands like it did.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that's I thought that was absolutely bonkers, but yeah, it seemed like every time one Wilson went out there and fucked up, the other Wilson was like, I can do that, but worse. And then they proceeded to do exactly that. So that was that game. Someone had to win, and it was the Jets 31-21. Breece Hall, nice game, like I said.
After all the shit Sean Payton talked,
good. Nathaniel Hackett, game ball. Shout out to him. Sean Payton,
Fuck
you're
you,
awful.
Sean Payton, yeah. You suck. I hate him.
There you go.
Nathaniel Hackett's cool. If he's a friend of Aaron Rodgers, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah, heard it here.
Well, he was also.
We'll never hear that again.
I liked when he was on the Packers as a coordinator. Some questionable things, definitely, and notably in the 49ers game. But on the Bucks game for sure.
Oh yeah.
Fuck him, man. I don't know what to think anymore.
You're all turned up. You're all turned sideways. Continuing on, Chiefs, Vikings, Chiefs 27, Vikings 20, with Jefferson on the IR officially now. Do you trade Kirk Cousins if they get maybe two more losses on these next like 4 or 3? Like,
yeah,
it's looking bleak. And like you already threw out there the conspiracy that Justin Jefferson actually may not be hurt. He's running around full go, but just wants Kirk Cousins to look bad out there.
Did you hear this from somewhere? Is this
I
your
I saw a conspiracy, like an NFL rumors account I follow on Twitter, and they said that apparently a reporter saw like Justin Jefferson sprinting in the practice facility today and it's like he doesn't look like he's hurt at all. Well, but they just put him on the
say this conspiracy is true, that would only help out to the fact that
they just want to tank.
Yeah,
probably so they can, because it's Kirk Cousins' contract season. They know he's going to be gone this year, probably. And if they're horrible, then they can get Khalid Williams.
Currently, the Vikings have the 4th overall pick,
and that's kind of what I was alluding to.
And they probably figure the Bears are going to do better than them now.
Caleb Williams wanted to play for 5 certain teams, and the Vikings were one of them. That's all
Wow.
That's the only.
And then if you get Khalid Williams, why doesn't Justin Jefferson stay then at that point? You just got to
we just keep digging.
You just got a stud quarterback. Why would he want to leave?
Legend.
Yeah. This is all legend for sure.
Man,
I think it all makes sense.
Are coming together. I mean, it's good.
So does this mean this will only help the Bears out in the long run? Because we will most likely have the number 1 overall pick if the Panthers suck ass.
Well, that's also was pretty nice.
Yeah, you have to hope the Panthers are worse than the Vikings.
I think that is without a doubt for sure. As long as Andy Dalton doesn't see the field, then they started doing some, backdooring some teams and stuff like that. But I think maybe going back to the Bears and whatnot, shout out to Ryan Poles. That might be, might have fumbled the bag on the Claypool trade. Maybe gets something back for it. So it's a little bit okay. But man, just that scouting, was there probably some strategy to be like, if I'm giving away this 1st overall pick, who can get the 1st overall pick and still be so bad that with that pick, with the best quarterback in the draft, they're still going to be awful, and we're still going to get a good pick. I mean, if that was the strategy, good scouting, good job trading with the Panthers.
Yeah, because it's only looking good for us at the moment.
Yeah,
not for them.
Yeah, not for them.
They won't. Yeah, exactly. We get their 1st round pick. They don't have nothing for another year. Not really building anything up with Bryce Young, as McLaughlin gets eaten up by the Chiefs' defensive line. Last game, Sunday Night Football. Cowboys and Niners 42 and the Cowboys 10. always remember, Prescott is mid. McCarthy calls the offense, and the defense played a team that isn't subpar. So you wrap all that up, and that equals Cowboys getting embarrassed. That's what that equals every single time.
I like that game.
It was a fun
didn't.
beatdown for sure.
Cowboys defense screwed me.
They did, yeah. Didn't help you there on the fantasy side.
Not
You
at
enjoyed
all.
it. 3 catches for Kittle, all of them for touchdowns.
Oh, I love that.
So Zero Miedo. Does he deserve to get fined for that T-shirt?
No.
Okay. I mean, of course not. That's
I mean, he will get fined, but why not have some shit talking?
Yeah.
Like, why can't people?
Fuck the
I don't know, yeah,
Cowboys.
why does it always have to be such positivity? Like, these players can not like teams or certain players, or I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to see kind of that aggression. You don't want to see them necessarily fight, but you want to see the motivation. You want to see,
I want rivalries to mean something.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
This point. That's why it was pretty cool seeing the Steelers and as bad as the game was. That rivalry is actually like pretty close. They're like 23-22, like over just splitting over the last couple of games. Like they played a fuck ton of times
with the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens and the Steelers, obviously in division and the playoffs too, seeing each other a couple
I feel
times.
like that's why the Bears and the Packers are such a good rivalry too. Because
they're that's not really a rivalry anymore. The Packers have just been fucking
yes, lately, but in like the long run, they're pretty close on wins.
Oh yeah, it's like 101 to 101 or something like that. Packers finally
if
took
you
the
talk about
lead,
the last
like
10 years, maybe no.
Oh yeah,
in the long run.
Thoughts?
Yeah. I've liked it. I've been a fan.
Mike thoughts?
Yeah, that was basically of course. I mean, Cowboys absolutely just got embarrassed. They'll be up there in wins, they'll beat the teams that they need to beat, but when it comes to actual contenders, they're gonna get their ass handed to them. So that just seems to be what it is every single time. Niners might be the most complete team. Brock Purdy's getting MVP consideration, and rightfully so. That was week 5. I know you came in a little late, Alan. Any thoughts, questions, concerns over week 5 in general? Anything going on?
No, not from the previous week. I just I didn't get to watch too many games this last week, but try to keep up, and from what I saw was good.
Yeah, there you go.
Good games. And
you told us right beforehand. What are you doing? What are you doing this week? How are you celebrating the Bears this week? How are you watching them?
I will be at the game.
You're seeing them live.
I will be seeing them live. Yes.
You won't be seeing Justin Jefferson though.
No.
Can you bring a sign and just bring the conspiracy? Just bring Justin Jefferson isn't hurt.
Yeah.
Bring that sign.
Yeah.
I'm going with one of my coworkers, and I told them we need to bring a sign. That might just be the sign.
Bring a bell and bring one of those, like, instead of like the end is nigh, bring just Justin JJ isn't hurt. He was
like
running.
Yeah.
He was on the back. It says he was running full sprint. I saw it.
I saw it. Yeah. I was at the practice facility. Yeah.
Ring a bell the whole time. He's not hurt.
He's not hurt.
It's like, are you a Vikings fan? Nope. I'm just an informer. So there you go. Enjoy. Where are you sitting? You don't need to get, like, what section you don't need to get.
141.
Oh,
wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're nice and close.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're gonna be smelling the stinky pads. You're gonna be right up there. You're gonna be close.
I'll be jumping on that offensive line, helping out.
Go defend. Go do. There you go. Go. Go try and be a ball boy. That'd be funny.
Oh my god.
Should I bring a ref shirt?
That's happened. That happened at a college game before. Someone went out there with a whistle. They looked pretty haggard, and then they you're not on. They just ran.
Yeah.
I don't know. As long as you got wheels, Alan, you got to go ahead and do that.
Oh no, I don't got wheels.
I would not recommend that. You're gonna be spending the night in Bears jail.
Get me going. I'm coming in hot, but
not that hot.
No, not that hot.
That was week 5. Looking forward. That was pretty good. Week 6 matchups looking all right. Got a couple, of course, bye weeks. So not too many teams. Just the Packers and there's only like one other team.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad the Packers are on a bye week. I don't have to make a decision this week. Fields is in.
And you're playing against me. We usually do our recap before our preview, but we can do exactly just that. We can recap week 5 before we preview week 6. We also got what's his nuts. We can also talk about some waiver moves that went ahead and went down.
Mhm.
Some fab being spent. Not really, actually. I think I was the only one that spent $1. I think Pete made a move, but of course we'll get to that in just a little bit.
Yeah, Pete spent $13
on Roshan Johnson concussion.
Oh no.
How do we want to? So now that we're all here, we can all preview or we can all recap our past game, and of course we got our other
Pete,
game.
you messed up. Foreman's gonna be playing.
Wow. That is true. So Alan, since you're not usually with us here, do you want to go ahead and recap your game, your 141 to 130 win over exactly that against Stinky Pete?
Yeah, give me one sec. Just pulling it up.
Oh yeah, there we are. Like I said, yeah, 141.98 to 130.72 was the final. Go ahead. What exactly went down?
Yeah, I'm a little upset. I didn't win by more. I should have. If I put Fields in, I would have won by like 40 points. But Love decided to shit the bed and got me almost 2 points. Almost 1.9.
Yeah.
So that was a little disappointing to see from my starting quarterback.
Alan's a Bears fan, by the way.
I am, but Fields hasn't proven anything until that week. So
What do you mean he had 30 against the Broncos the previous week?
I was putting in the more consistent quarterback up to that point.
He's just QB5 on the year. Just QB5.
Yeah. All right. For the next highest point I got on my starting lineup would be Moore with 52 points.
He had a big day.
He had a great day with 3 touchdowns, 230 yards, was it? And
Correct.
8 receptions. So yeah, he had an outstanding day, and I hope he can just continue to even do half of that. I had Kelsey with 22 points.
Got nothing in my brain.
Montgomery also with 22 points. Pollard a little disappointing with 7, but it looked like he was questionable, so I don't know if he got hurt or whatnot. But yeah,
Puka Nakua might be the waiver of the year when it's all said and done.
I was just about to say 19 for Puka, and Cooper Kupp came back as well.
I mean, he might be. He's wide receiver 3 right now, and he might be the guy that's like, oh, when I picked him up and he helped me through my whole season. So he's been great.
No, he really has been, and like you just said, he will probably be the one guy I pick up on the waiver, and I will never take off my starting lineup.
Yeah,
he's definitely going to start every week until he proves me, like, gives me a reason not to, you know? I had Olave with 9 points. I picked up Reed from the Packers.
Bears fan.
My bench is horrible.
I played Dobbs this week and he fucked me.
Yeah, the Packers offense was just shit this week.
Dropped his ass like a fucking bad habit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have anyone I felt confident in playing on my bench, but Reynolds ended up getting 17 on my bench, so that would have been obviously the right choice.
Got nothing in my brain.
Oh
yeah. I should put a name tag on, call myself stupid.
You still won. You got
I did.
By a lot.
I did have the Cowboys defense with -1 points. So
fun.
That was not. I was not happy watching that game at all.
Nah.
But I am happy that my kicker I just picked up did get 6. So he did something.
Yeah. Wash on the kickers between you and Pete. Waddle, I think, gets another score. Has a nice little day for Petey. And Waller. Yeah, he gets to enjoy Cooper Kupp coming back, but Waller actually having a decent little day, 8 for 86.
Hurts
continues to just Hurts continues to just be one of the top 5 QBs every single time, if not number 1. Definitely solid game. You move into the number 1 in the standings because you got a couple more points for on me, and we're playing this week, so it's important this week for sure. Any other final thoughts on this matchup right here?
I'm good, Mike. If you had anything on our matchup,
I'm good. It was closer than it should have been, like you said, but you win it.
Yeah.
Did you want me to go ahead and talk mine, or do you want to talk yours?
Yeah,
Mike?
you could talk yours.
Yeah, because I'm looking at yours. This one was juicy, so
Yeah.
might as well save it. I'll be quick in spick and span. I got cooked. Anthony Richardson goes out end of the first, beginning of the second quarter. Can't dog on him. He fell hard on his shoulder, and he's going to be out on the IR. Travis, I thought I was going to be a nice little day. Travis Etienne Jr. had 37. He was in the top 5 on performers like in fantasy on the week. But it was all for naught because everyone else didn't really show up. A fumble from McCaffrey, but still scored. Debo didn't really do anything. Garrett Wilson. It was a tough break. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. 28 from Pickens on my bench. St. Brown didn't play, and a couple of bye week people, Kenneth Walker and Tyler Lockett, couldn't really rely on them. But even if I had Pickens in, I think the what was it called? Optimized lineup would have gave Ivan the win either way. His bench went off. Jamar Chase had 54, 19 from AJ Brown. So I could have played my cards right and still maybe scored it out a win if I had a QB that was worth a shit. But no, and that's it. That's my first loss on the year. Ivan's first win on the year, and I can only hope that's his only win on the year.
Streaks ended.
I feel like Ivan was kind of in the same situation as me, where our receiver just had such a great game, it won us the game.
Oh, without doubt.
Yeah. Take that 50 points away, then Nick could win if he had
I would have had a chance.
Yeah, at least it would have been way closer.
But yeah, like I said, I mean, you wouldn't have started him knowing Jonathan Taylor's back, but Zach Moss 36, Joe Burrow 29 on the bench.
Yeah, it's funny. The 1 week he switches quarterbacks, then Joe Burrow does better than two.
And again, it's my superstitious way, but every time I feel like every time I go up against Jamar Chase, he's like, "Oh, Nick's playing Nick." Time to have a career game.
It's circled on his calendar.
Yes, every single time. And we play twice. So Jamar Chase is going to be due again for a humongous game sometime.
And for it being McCaffrey, 12 points is, I would say, a little underwhelming.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not a McCaffrey-esque game, but I think he's still
not bad.
Got a touchdown.
Yeah, still scoring. If he doesn't fumble, that would have been 15 in our league. That would have been okay. But again, when you think McCaffrey, you want 20 plus. So it's disappointing, but he also gave me 54 the other week, so I can't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's give and take. I of course would love to be 5-0, but it is what it is. It's how fantasy rolls, but looking forward and looking to crush next week. That's what we're doing. Already in progress.
Wait, no.
Yes. Again, we're clipping that. Yes. He wants me to win. You heard it here first. So 149 for Ivan, 112 for my squad, getting our first loss and first win for Ivan. So there you have it. Mike, how was your ball game up against Sebastian?
So you want to hit mine?
Oh yeah. Cool.
Well, I had my literal. I'll just say, I had the best optimal lineup in. There couldn't have started anyone else that was better. I had the best people I could have started in, and they fucking cook. Sebastian, this was a fight. I mean, I was completely down on my team. I was 0-3. You could watch the previous podcast. I was depressed. I would never even talk during the fantasy. When we talk about fantasy, I was so sad. And it seems like my team is starting to click and cook all together now. I finally got Kamara back, and everyone has just been doing above and beyond. Josh Allen, number 1 quarterback in fantasy right now, 30 points this week. Stephon Diggs, number 2 receiver in fantasy. He's been cooking for me, 24 again this week. I mean, George Kittle, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. Jacoby Myers has been great. Picked him up off the waiver wire a couple weeks ago. He's been great. 20 points this week.
You would think having Devontae Adams on the Raiders that he would be the best receiver on that team, but so far it's been Jacoby Myers. No, Devontae Adams a little banged up, but Jacoby Myers definitely stepping up, having huge games.
It's always these second receiver. Like when you have a guy like Devontae Adams on your team, you're getting all the pressure taken off.
This was Hunter Renfrow 2-3 years ago. Like he would be giving these big ball games, and he's like, oh, he's the number 2 guy.
And it's just like, oh, Jacoby Myers is open again because Devontae Adams is getting double, triple team down the field.
You would think that's a good situation, but if you look at the Bears, Mooney has not been looking good this year.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean,
that's different.
That's a different situation. Different. They don't have a guy like Devontae Adams on their team or Justin Jefferson, like Jamar Chase. Those are like the top tier. It's like,
DJ Moore's nice. He's not. He's not those toys. I get it.
Kamara back. He's been great. He had fucking 21 last week, basically off receptions. 18 this week, getting a touchdown. Again, I already mentioned Kittle. DeAndre Hopkins has just been getting more and more integrated in the offense, and he has a good game. I don't even think he scored. He didn't even score this week. He just had 140 yards and 8 catches, getting him 23. And Marquise Brown, he's been very good this year. And the Cardinals are way better than I thought they were. And Dobbs has been getting him the ball just these past 4 weeks when PPR with Marquise Brown, 17-17, 16-16. He scored 3 touchdowns in the past 4 games.
It's consistency.
He's been very good. Like it's been surprised me. I love it. I drafted him. And Jake Elliott, baby. Fucking 5 weeks in a row of double-digit points for my kicker. 17, 12, 12, 18, 11. He's been one of my best players, better than Najee Harris. Like, I trust my kicker more than I would trust Najee Harris. And the Bills' defense, they've been great. Get 10 points this week. I've scored the most points out of anyone in this league the past 2 weeks, and I don't even have Austin Eckler. That's what I've been thinking about after this game. My team is looking so good right now, and I'm about to get Austin Eckler back this week. I'm so excited compared to how I was like 2 weeks ago. It's just I have a chance to be 3-3 and start from scratch here. So come on, man. And my team. And I gotta talk about Sebastian. I've just been talking about me this whole time, but Tyreek Hill, just cooking for Sebastian as always. Breece Hall had a great game. He's got Devon Achane, he's been great. He's going down with the injury, but had a very good game nonetheless. Calvin Ridley, nice connection in Jacksonville. He had a great game. Our game was 190 to 180, so it was so close. Like Sebastian's team went off too. Josh Jacobs had a good game.
And you were both projected 136 and 135, so
went way over projections.
Yeah. That's why I always say projection.
It's crazy. If Sebastian could have made some changes and he would have beat me. If he started Dallas Goedert, he would have beat me. I mean, if he started Adam,
Thielen,
just a couple things, like just
Davis on his.
Which is crazy. I scored 190 and he still could have beat me this week. So
that's bonkers.
We were fighting this head to head, and I was able to get the win.
So. Breece Hall with a 72-yard touchdown. That was fun to watch. That was basically the only thing good from that Denver Jets game.
George Kittle might have been, Sebastian said in the chat, George Kittle might have been my saving grace this week, getting those 3 touchdowns.
It was that. It was going down all the way to the Monday night game. You both had you had Jacoby Myers and he had Josh Jacobs.
But without the 3 touchdowns for Kittle Sunday night. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if I would have won without those 3 touchdowns. So
that for sure helps.
Yeah.
When it's only a 10-point game, you could argue any one of these guys scoring what could have came down to, but definitely for sure.
Breece Hall's 70-yard run would probably not have gotten Sebastian enough points to even be close to you.
It didn't, no. But yeah, definitely not.
No, I'm saying like just the difference would be a lot bigger.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's just how it rolls. Humongous game back and forth. That's fantasy, baby. And then again, the Jets defense for him. Big scoring, almost 400 combined points, just short of it, like 370 between you two. So that's always fun. That's nice.
Yeah, it was a great game.
Absolutely. Final thoughts on you guys' matchup? Like I said, tough. That's a tough loss for Sebastian. Of course, when you 180, you would have beat everybody else.
Yeah,
that's a tough look. But Sebastian's up there in scoring just about every single week. That's just how it is. If you're good on that, we can look forward.
So much.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine. We're good. If you're good on that, we can talk Dom and AJ on this one really quick.
Mm-hmm.
106.97 for a win for Dom and the Dominators. Ooh, this was low scoring across the board. Tough one to pick out, but Niners defense definitely helping out on Dom's side of things. Patrick Mahomes having 23 last week, but running backs running thin for Dom right now. Questionable is Miles Sanders and Khalil Herbert going to be out for some time now, and Justin Jefferson going on the IR again.
Oh, no.
Conspiracy, we're not entirely sure.
That's rough.
And these are Dom's 4 running backs. He has Miles Sanders, Khalil Herbert, he has Cam Akers, and Aaron Jones.
Obviously Aaron Jones didn't play. He was questionable.
Aaron Jones been out most of the year, and Cam Akers has been horrible. They traded him to the Vikings, and he does nothing. So Dom is definitely in a rough spot with running backs right now.
Yeah, for sure. On the flip side, Lamar Jackson doesn't have a good game. Derrick Henry doesn't have a good game, nor does Devontae Adams. DeAndre Swift had 16. Maybe just the Swift in him. Sam Laporta. I think he's number 1 in tight ends this year.
Yes.
That is absolutely crazy. Unfortunately, he didn't practice today, so I'm gonna have to be a little mindful on that. But he had 19 on 2 touchdowns, I believe. He continues to just keep scoring touchdowns.
Did Mahomes get picked off?
He did. He did get picked off, and I'm mad because I have first quarter -3.5, and they're only up by 3. And there's only like 2 minutes left.
So Laporta has more touchdowns than Kyle Pitts. Just quick sneaky. Put in there.
Wow.
There you go. Off screen, that's our guy. His
career? Oh my God. That's I thought you were just talking about this season or something.
Oh my God.
Wow. I did not know that. That is absolutely crazy.
I mean, Kyle Pitts was getting out targeted by Jonnu Smith like last week.
Jonnu Smith was number 3 in tight ends last week. Check that out on the Fast Fantasy Minute on the No Substitute for Sports.
Kyle Pitts did have a decent game this week, though. I'll give him that.
Yes.
He had some decent points.
Yes, he did. But not a lot of scoring here. 106.97 was the final right there. An important win right there for Dom with all those guys going down, I would say at the very least.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely
He needs to stay competitive. He needed that win bad.
Oh yeah.
I will say after this week, 4 people 2 and 3. It's very close, I would say, the rankings. So
absolutely. Before we get into previews, we can quickly recap some ad drops from this waiver wire from these past couple days. How's that sound?
Yeah,
I didn't notice that. I was in first. So let's go.
I brought it up earlier.
And you'll be in
Sorry,
first
I
when you
did
have
not
the
hear
least
you say
amount of
that.
points against.
Yeah, 500, 580. Yeah.
Also, I just gotta say, looking at
But
Sebastian,
he won't be in first for long when I whip his ass this week. Thank you very much.
All right.
Sebastian
Yeah.
has the most points for out of anyone by a pretty good margin, and he's in 7th right now out of the playoffs if it starts today, and he has the most points for. So he's just been some rough games for Sebastian. So that's tough to see.
Absolutely. Let's take a gander. Where did this start? This would, I guess, from right here. So Pete adds Amari DeMarcado to backup to James Conner, which AJ also added a backup, Keontae Ingram, for $0, but Pete spent 16. I'm sure nobody went for him. I spent $1 on Matthew Stafford. I mean, just kind of plugging and playing away on QBs at this point. Anthony Richardson going down and Trevor Lawrence not panning out like I wanted to. Roshan Johnson gets added for $13 more from Pete, dropping Jamison Williams in the process. And I added KJ Osborne, Josh Downs, and Jason Sanders for a combined total of $0. So I thought that was pretty cool. I of course gave up on Tutu Atwell, who I overpaid for, Romeo Dobbs, who did nothing, and kicker's a kicker. I guess right before this ball game, Sebastian added the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if he played them yet, but we'll be doing exactly that. We'll be previewing these ball games. So maybe somebody want to go Foist? I mean, like I said, between maybe just Alan and I are right here.
If you want to go first, we both have someone in our lineup playing at the moment.
That is correct. And of course, Kelsey's probably getting some catches. And I think he threw a pass of course.
Oh, that I didn't see, but he does have 3 receptions for 53 yards.
Yeah,
at
fuck
the
me,
moment.
right? There you go. I got Isaiah Pacheco going. He's got Kelsey going. It's gonna be close. I feel like hopefully it's close, but hopefully I just stomp you out. But I mean, knowing me, it's probably just not gonna happen. You got Fields going. I got Stafford. I'm gonna have to plug and play away. Hopefully McCaffrey steps up against a tough Cleveland defense. But we got and same thing with Deebo Samuel. St. Brown finally coming back. Mark Andrews, Etienne Jr., Kenneth Walker, Jason Sanders, and flying across. I don't think we're going across the pond. I think, well, technically we are, but I think they're going to be in Germany for this one. Baltimore and Tennessee. I'm going to play the Ravens defense going up against the Tennessee Titans. What are you going with on your side of things, Alan?
Yeah, so I have Fields in at the moment. Love is on a bye
At the
week.
moment, are you playing mind games with me, boy?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm trying. Well, yeah, Fields is in right
what
now.
kind of carny bullshit is this? You got to play straight up.
No, yeah, I'm thinking about him. I might switch him out last second just to throw you off, just to get you a little
At
scared.
least you're not doing what Pete does, and he just doesn't put it. He didn't put it in like an entire lineup.
But yeah, he put everyone on his bench.
He would play the mindiest mind games. I swear, I tells you. I'm sorry, Al. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you're good. But like I was saying earlier, I don't have to make a decision this week. Fields is in. Love is on a bye week. I'm playing Montgomery against Tampa Bay. Pollard is questionable at the moment, but he is playing Chargers, so we'll see how that goes on a Monday night.
Chargers defense is ass. He's probably gonna cook.
Well, that's if he's plays. He's questionable right now, so
I hope he does nothing.
But yeah, I have DJ Moore in. I have Nakua in. Kelsey playing at the moment. Higgins, Olave. I'm keeping my kicker, Aubrey. And then a Cowboys defense.
Aubrey.
Is that not how you say his name?
No,
Aubrey
it is.
Edwards.
Yeah, Aubrey Edwards. Or
oh yeah, that's Aubrey Edwards.
Or if you're LeBron James, it's Puka Doncic.
Yeah, Puka Doncic.
Yeah, for Puka Nakua. I mean, solid lineup across the board. I mean, projections, you're already up by, you're gonna beat me by 10 from as of right now, but hopefully Pacheco has a nice little ball game, keeps me close. That's all we can ever hope for. Either way, I know we'll be at each other's throats. And that's our ball game. That'll be clear for sure who will be number one, as we're both 4-1 in this standings currently.
You're
So
looking
set
at
that
him.
up.
You're looking at
Yeah, over here.
number one over here.
No, he pointed at himself. Now I don't know what to do. Mike, how is your ball game looking?
I'm playing AJ this week. 2-3. AJ's 3-2. Currently projected more than him. So I'm gonna hopefully have my team. It should be all back to full strength this week. Josh Allen, Kamara, Eckler, Stephon Diggs, DK, Kittle, Hopkins, and Myers in. My kicker, who's been great in Bills defense against the Giants this week. I mean, I love my team this week. I feel like I'm probably going to be locked in with this. Maybe some changes late. We'll see what happens. But I mean, I love my team. I feel like everyone in my starting lineup I can rely on and trust, and I have depth on my bench if I want to make a move. So I really love this team right now, going up against AJ and Lamar, Derrick Henry and Swift and Adams and Devontae Smith, Laporta, Chris Godwin, Saquon, who's probably going to be back this week. So it's a tough team for sure, but I trust my team this week. I feel like I can fight and hopefully get the win. So let's go, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Austin Eckler. Come on, man. Come on.
I see 3 people on his squad playing in that overseas game, in that Germany game between Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Justin Tucker. On your side, I see 3 Bills. You got Josh Allen, you got Diggs, and you got the Bills defense going up against the Giants on Sunday night. I should be feeling all right with that. And you got a Monday night player as well. It's always nice having those primetime guys going on one of those games. Either way, I mean, you would hope some stand out from these international games, of course, for AJ's side of things. Let's see who's got a good matchup. You again, hopefully for on his side, you would think Devontae Adams going up against the Patriots, but he's questionable. And on your side, I mean, can't really go wrong. You would hope probably again, you would think again, Diggs going up against this Swiss cheese of a Giants defense. Gonna have a good game. So either way, thoughts on this ball game, Alan? Anyone stand out to you?
No, I think you guys have said it all. You guys have both have solid squads, and yeah, you gotta hope that all your guys' players that are coming back this week are ready to go full force.
Ready to roll, ready to roll,
Yeah.
ready to roll.
On AJ's side, Barkley, and then
We got to go full throttle.
Yeah.
What game do we want to talk about next? We want to talk about Pete and Ivan, or did we want to do Dom and Sebastian? As there's a couple people going on in that ball game right now.
I say let's do Dom and Sebastian next.
All right, for sure. Holy cow! Maybe yeah. Dom actually doesn't have a couple people in his lineup. We'll have to see how that goes. Not a good start so far. Patrick Mahomes throwing an interception, and my bet lost. So there you go. Fuck me. Patrick Mahomes negative points as we are recording right now, going into the second quarter. He still has Justin Jefferson on the IR in his starting lineup, as well as Khalil Herbert, who's doubtful, most likely going to go on the IR for some time. Not entirely sure. You can only hope that CeeDee Lamb going up against that Chargers defense on Monday night. Maybe he shows out, has a better game than he did last week, but going up against the Niners, that's a tough ask for sure. And then over on the flip side for Sebastian, he's got Jacobs, he's got Bijan, he's got the hook between Herbert and Keenan Allen, and then Tyreek Hill, all projected pretty high points. And he, like I said, he did make that last second acquisition. He is playing the Chiefs, and they have 14 points currently for him. So not the worst decision. That is currently the ball game going on for Sebastian and Dom. Any thoughts on this one, boys?
Figure it out, Dom. Your lineup looks rough right now. Or you need to fix this.
Like
not a lot of pivot options, might I add.
No.
There's not much you can do, but I would say maybe try making some trades, try to start hitting some people up or something.
Yeah,
you gotta think of something, Dom.
Call me, dude.
Like I'm seeing Michael Thomas on your bench.
Throw in some money, we'll figure something out.
Yeah,
if you want to throw him my way, I can find something to give you for sure.
Wow.
And then, like I said, we don't really look at benches because I don't want to influence anything with any which way, but not a lot that he can pivot to. Cam Akers, probably this would be his first game being active, maybe. If not doesn't really get a lot of work anyways. Michael Thomas, sure, that could step in for him. But Juju Smith-Schuster, concussion protocol, most likely not going to play this week. Everyone keeps note that, and I'll say it here, might as well. Everyone that's been on concussion protocol has gone on not to play the following week. So that seems to be the case for every single one this year. So just something to note. And then bye week, pretty bad. Aaron Jones, and I didn't even see Mike Evans is back, but he's got a hamstring injury too, so he might not even play. It's a tough ass. It's a tough go.
Yeah, Juju's been horrible. Dom is in a rough spot right now.
Yes, definitely. So like I said, that win last week was humongous going forward. So I don't want to dog you, but might be your last for a while.
Oh no.
I say that. Hopefully I think I already played him, so hopefully that's not going to come to bite me. So not soon. It's probably down the line, but there you are.
Like put Justin Jefferson in your IR, Dom.
Yeah.
Make a move, man.
No, don't do that. Just let him eat a roster.
It's only the 8 of us, come on.
Come on.
Don't give someone a free win.
Yeah. Finally, if you guys get on that ball game, we got Ivan and Pete going on in that one. Ivan's got the Bengals back in. He's got Burrow. He's got Mixon. He's got Chase. Rightfully so. All those guys ready to roll. Playing Seattle, most likely going to be a high scoring ball game, and as most of these go. And then looking on Pete's side of things, playing Hurts. Raheem Mostert with Devon Achane. He's probably going to get an uptick. Got to watch for Jeff Wilson Jr., but that's going to be that. He's playing DeMarcado. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what Pete knows. I guess Pete knows something. We
He
don't.
knows something. He's always those fucking mind games, man. But he
The-
gets Cooper Cup
I've
back.
never heard of
The
this
report from today says that he is listed behind Ingram, which is the guy I think AJ picked. up.
Correct.
So
Correct.
he's the backup right now.
Correct. That is indeed what's going on. But he's got Jordan Addison. Getting maybe an
And
uptick with.
Did you
with
see what's up with
Jefferson.
him? I see a questionable next to his name.
Who? Oh, Addison.
Addison. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you saw what the coach said about him.
It says
No.
ankle. Okay.
Oh, he was saying he was mentioning how he got the ticket for speeding and shit. And he was like, "We're gonna put Addison like the foot on the gas for Addison, no pun intended."
Oh,
Right. I did not hear about that.
wow. That's a tough one.
And also,
Yeah.
Pete's running backs are. I'm gonna give him the same shit as Dom. I mean, DeMarcado and Gibbs and Johnson. Oh my God, Pete, you are
guys need a
also
running back.
you're in a
Call
tough
me.
spot with running backs, man. You're lucky that Mostert can get some points this week with HN dealing with what he is, but yeah, you were. I mean, other than that, you were in a tough spot right now, my
For
man.
sure.
You should hit me up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of in the same situation there. I have 2 running backs I think I can rely on, and that's it.
Nope. You get nothing.
All of my running backs I have on my bench, I don't know if I'd ever play them.
Nah, you should play him this week.
Yeah,
Because you're playing me.
I have Gus Edwards on my bench and
Gus the
Algier.
Bus
Yeah.
and Tyler Algier.
Yeah, Algier started him.
Yeah, exactly. He likes playing.
He likes to, but he doesn't get any playing time.
Throw to anybody else, Patrick.
There's nothing in his brain.
There's nothing in my brain.
Oh,
That's
That's
fantasy.
what I like to hear.
I don't like seeing that at all.
They should make that his theme song every time he gets a catch. They just play that in the stadium.
I don't know. I just want him to drop the ball every time he gets them thrown to him.
Wait, so was that a first down or?
Oh, jeez. That's fantasy. That's gonna be that's the preview onto this week. Any final thoughts, questions, concerns? I think we basically hit
They're
everything
going
else.
down. Down.
No, you got nothing on your brain. Nothing at all.
Me and you, AJ. Come
There you go.
on. Good
I'm
luck,
gonna make
man.
those points against skyrocket, Alan.
Uh,
You're gonna be like, why? Why me? And I'll be like, yeah, you. Exactly. So that's gonna be it. That's exactly that. If we're looking forward, forgot on that. We can talk a little bit dirty. A little bit
dirty.
Yeah.
Not too in depth because I didn't really see any of the ball games, but
Some bit
I got to watch most of the games. I watched the first one and then most of the second game that they played.
yeah, NHL. I would want to say kickoff, but puck drops. I
Yeah,
suppose.
opening day.
Opening,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever they call it.
Opening fresh ice. I suppose.
Fresh ice.
Yeah, exactly. So Bedard getting his first point in the first win for the Blackhawks, and then following it up in game 2, get a loss, but on a tough back-to-back playing against the Boston Bruins. That was their first game. He gets the first goal. I don't know if you saw the picture, smiling, as happy as a clam with that puck with the first point because they got the win, and a frowny face, just dead soul eyes in that loss with his first goal.
He
But
wants wins
yes,
only.
that's I'm glad to see that he's nice and focused. But yes, definitely a strange pick with those pucks for
I
sure.
mean, I'll say he looks
Yeah.
pretty decent. He had 5 shots on goal in his first game.
And he had, I think, 6 in his second game. So
He looks very good.
He's-
the offense is going to roll through him.
He's only 18
they're
years
finding
old.
him. They're doing what they need to do is getting him the puck and giving him the opportunities that he needs.
Absolutely. So again, just the overreaction.
He's
The Hawks are back.
18
Yeah,
years
exactly.
old. He can't drink for 3 more years. It's insane. He's
Yeah.
so much older than me, and he's done he's in the NHL.
Yeah, so
It's
much
insane.
younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to say.
No, yeah, absolutely. I did. It is getting to that time where I'm starting to feel like a failure for like. It's like
Yeah, I didn't want to
Justin
say
Je-
that, but it's like
Justin Jefferson is like breaking records. He's
Yeah.
24, 25 years old.
I would always think about that with Luca. Like he's
Yeah.
younger than me, and he's one of the best players in the
He's
NBA.
also 6'8". There's like that
Yeah.
trade off 6'9". I would hope that if I was that height, I could at least be doing something cool.
He's
like
also a
that.
point guard.
Yeah. That is
Just cooks
bonkers.
everybody.
I gotta sit here with my clenched asshole as Travis Kelce has to get off the goal line, and McKinnon
Get him-
is in.
Can you get him the answer?
No, I hope not.
Oh.
No, don't get in there. Don't throw to him. Throw to Sky Moore, who's not going to catch it. Good. 4th and 2, you're going to kick a field goal. Sorry, Butker. Or sorry, yes, Butker. I think I got him in fantasy.
No,
No. Other league.
Oh,
not,
good,
Yeah,
good.
I got not Miles Sanders. Jason Sanders this week,
Ah.
kicking for the Miami. Hopefully, they just beat the tar out of whoever they're playing. I think the Panthers. That's going to be the go-to. Either way, does that get on Bedard? At least for now?
Yeah, he's looking good.
It'll be a fun season.
Yeah.
Tough start for the Hawks. I mean, like 5 straight road games, something like
and
that.
against the Penguins and the Bruins and like these tough
Teams that have been
teams.
contending
Yeah.
and they went for it. They
They
did a brotherly
faked
shove.
field goal.
They brotherly shoved it, but I don't know if they got it. Holy cow, this is crazy. They're both pointing.
They're
in
both
directions.
pointing it. Yeah,
Everyone's pointing in each direction. We don't know where to go. I think
I
just
think
give
they're giving
first.
it to Kansas City.
Oh Lord Almighty, this is crazy. You will find out first.
I can't tell.
You will find out tomorrow if it's a first down because I'll be have to edit this. They're saying it now. What is going on?
Sorry to just.
We're on pins and needles.
Oh!
Go! Sean Payton doesn't look like that much of an idiot. Yes, he does. Either way. How about the MLB playoffs? Snooze fest?
To be honest, I've not been paying attention, so I don't know what's been going on.
Makes sense.
There's been some close games, but definitely like teams just getting destroyed for the most part.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything that I have been missing? Is there?
Well, Rangers swept the Orioles. Since we last spoke, we got done with the wild card. I did a wild card recap on Friday and a preview into the AL and NLDS for this one. So yeah, Rangers went ahead and swept the Orioles. It was that feeling of like, the Orioles are kind of just happy to be here. Rangers were just very dominant in that sort of way. D-backs, they went ahead and swept the Dodgers. Huge upset in everyone's mind, which everyone was like, again, boring in the sense that these weren't competitive, but I think that's really exciting that this was a huge dog that took down this Dodgers team that will never, ever live down the Mickey Mouse World Series title. That's their name. That's who they are. That's the only way they're going to win a World Series if we have 60-game regular seasons.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like they always choke when it comes postseason.
Yeah.
And Kershaw just always gets lit up.
Yes.
So it's.
Oh, last night, Lance Lynn went 2 2/3. That was the best outing by a Dodger starter in those 3 games. That was the longest a starter went. Wow. I think Kershaw only went a third of an inning. He gave up 6, 7, 8, 9 runs.
Oh my God.
Game 2, I think, Buddy, the rookie only went like 2 innings, and then sure enough, like I said, Lance Lynn.
All right, Lance, we traded for you. Come on, keep us in this.
Nope. 4 straight home runs. I believe. Loved every second of it. And if you saw the ball goes foul and what would have been the 4th solo home run, the very next pitch guaranteed just without a doubt over the fence. So somewhat made it close. It was 4-2. That was the final, but just so glad that that fat fuck Lance Lynn got absolutely lit up. And on the flip side, a former White Sox that I actually do respect and enjoy, and I'm glad that he's doing well. I don't want him to advance because I don't like the Astros, but the Astros beat the Twins, which good for them. Like I said, I was rooting against the Twinkies at all costs. Fuck them. They're in the Central. But yeah, Brave finding his swing in October. That's huge. He had 5 RBIs off 2 home runs in game 3. And then he had another home run last night with 2 RBIs.
The game.
Essentially, yeah. Presley comes in with the save, but yeah, 3-1 is the final there. A divisional matchup for the Astros and the Rangers. I think that's going to be pretty fun. That'll go a little bit the distance, maybe even into like a game 6, game 7 area. But I can't make heads or tails. I would like to say the Rangers just to have more of an exciting feeling, but it could definitely be the Astros again. They've been here 7 straight ALCSs. Absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that your pick to go all the way?
The Rangers? No. I would think that whoever wins this Phillies Braves series, and Phillies, I don't know, it doesn't seem to be any score right now in this Phillies Braves game, but Phillies are up 2-1, took a huge momentum boost in last night's game. Why did they give any Bryce Harper any sort of momentum? That was pretty fucking dumb of
any
them.
extra motivation.
And he needs none. He's already a baller of a player, and he just comes out and absolutely smacks you up. They go around, they bat around very early. They score 6 runs, and not really much of a competitive game. But this has been the most competitive series and most exciting. So that's why, excuse me. That's why I've heard a lot of people have been saying boring playoffs, this, that, and the other, slow. But you got to pick and choose. I've enjoyed it because, like I said, I don't like the Twins. They're gone. I like the Rangers. I wish it was more competitive with the Rangers and the Orioles. I think that should have been better. But yeah, especially out of 100-win team with the Orioles. So I don't know. That could have been my only question. I want to throw it up to you guys before we get into wrestling. Was just, is this bye week? Is that bye for the first round coming into play? Is that really? I mean, clearly Braves are down, Dodgers already eliminated, and the Orioles eliminated from it. The Astros the only ones from there that advance from the bye, but again, Twins not that big of a deal. Is this? I don't know. Do you want this bye? Do you like the bye? Do you want to change the format of the playoffs again? How do you guys feel on that?
The bye is good, but yeah, it might get teams out of their swing of things. But I saw like the Braves were playing practice games during the bye week to try to like stay acclimated, but I could see why it could for sure affect teams.
I feel like this is the same situation as the NBA, where now they added that extra, play-in tournament. You always got the first round that doesn't play, and they always say, is this going to throw them off their swing? Is it not going to throw them off their swing? Them getting more rest, does it actually help? Does it not help?
Yeah,
it's always going to be that. I feel like they just have to pick one format and just stick to it.
Yeah,
you're not going to please everyone, so you got to keep one and stick with it.
I heard this hypothetical. If you it would never happen, but if you gave the teams the option, hey, do you want a bye week or do you want to play this round?
They'd probably say bye week.
They would say the bye week 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because they don't want to get hurt.
Exactly.
They don't want to risk anything.
Exactly. And even if you do that, you have the opportunity you come in a little slow, but you can have, like you just said, practice games, still get into the swing of things. It clearly didn't have a problem with the Astros. They've done that time and time again. They've constantly been into the playoffs. And now with this bye, still getting by and not getting to the World Series every single time, but they have one now.
It's
with
just
or without
funny.
the
Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer both getting out of the dumpster fire of the Mets, and they're both on good playoff teams.
They'll most likely be seeing each other. Scherzer might be getting the ball sometime this series, so that'd be nice.
I saw Verlander with the speech after them winning. He was like, "I wasn't even fucking here."
Yeah, that was good. That was on live TV. He was swearing on live TV. That was all.
And Scherzer celebrating with like them in the clubhouse, and people were like, "When you get an A on the project and do nothing."
That's great.
Yeah, perfect example of that. Final thoughts just on this round in general. I mean, I personally would like the Phillies. Braves are up 1-0 right now.
They just hit a home run.
Did. Okay, literally as I'm looking up right now.
I'm a Phillies fan because of Troy. I don't really care about any of these teams, so let's go Phillies.
Why do we love Bryce?
He makes us money, dude.
Yeah.
And then just final thing on the Dodgers side of things, which I didn't get to. You can count it up for a bye week type of thing, but when Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman combined for 1 for 22.
Oh no,
that's not gonna get it done. And like I said, with Lance Lynn as your best starter going 2 2/3, that's not gonna get it done either. So blame it on the bye, blame it on the fact that you just can't get it done in October. I don't know. I think that might just be the case.
Freeman should have never left the Braves.
Oh yeah,
he'll probably regret that.
Maybe. Final thoughts on the MLB before we wrap up with some wrestling, some WWE, some AEW, NXT.
No, we can wrap it up.
All righty, cool. Yeah, basically, like I said, essentially the reason why we took our Tuesday break, it was a big Tuesday head-to-head. Can they pass to anybody else, please?
He probably has 100 yards already.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Let's see. Yeah, thanks. Just wanted to get our overall thoughts on the Tuesday head-to-head. I mean, overall for both of them, they already announced that the rating, if you want to worry about the ratings, beat them by like 300K, NXT did. whatever, you chalk it up to any excuse you want to. Different day, but overall, I like that AEW didn't stay away from. They went with their cards. They went with good matches. They didn't go with gimmick matches. They had a couple of course, the title matches. That was the name of the show's Title Tuesday. So yeah, gonna throw a couple of the TN. It was the international title. The women's championship was on the line. But
can we not talk about the international title?
I was upset about title
Can we
changes.
not talk
At
about
least
that?
Sarai again, Hikaru Shida again. I feel like Tony Khan might have just did these title changes for like big, like, oh, new champion, you know. But
I mean, clearly that was set. They had the confetti ready.
Yeah. I don't like Orange Cassidy getting that title again. I was waiting so long for him to lose it.
I think it's just because Moxley's hurt right now, which is I'm giving them.
Yeah, he wasn't cleared again for off the concussion, so I guess
but it doesn't mean he needs the title.
There was that. Maybe this will draw you back in. Not entirely sure. Doesn't need you, but something of note. He brought it. The internet compared the last time Orange Cassidy won the international title to this time. Very big celebration, huge pop. Love the title, bringing it in, bringing his friends in. This time, it was all himself, looking only at the title. He wanted all the best friends, and everyone came out. Chris Statlander, Rocky Romero. Didn't look at him, only looked at the title. Is this a Orange Cassidy heel turn?
If it is, I do like it now.
Okay.
If it is, I'd like to see it.
Are we getting some spoiled oranges? Are we getting some oranges?
God,
I know he's just cooking.
Dude.
I have no chance.
I'm
it
sorry.
happens every fucking time. Yeah, that's just.
And they're showing Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes.
God,
like
nothing in my fucking brain, dude.
Slamming on the glass.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Fucking go.
Orange Cassidy heel turn.
It just might be the start of that. And what I've been just like another heel turn I've been seeing is with the Julia Hart Sky Blue and with their eye makeup and stuff. I've been seeing people talk about that.
Yeah.
Maybe they're Sky Blue and Willow. They're going to be like
Are they going to be part of the house?
Hart. They're going to all have like a big House of Black, which that would be cool too.
That would be pretty cool. An extension. They get the nuns of the House of
The
Black.
nuns, yeah.
Just to get maybe Sky Blue and Willow more because they don't have a storyline at all.
Yeah, they don't.
They just wrestle
they're just good people. They're just nice people.
That's literally all it is.
Oh yeah, 7 for 109. Fuck him. Yeah.
Orange Cassidy, that'd be because he's been a good guy this whole time. So that would be interesting for sure.
Definitely. Let's see. Yeah, and then Saraya.
Pacheco.
Yes, I hope so. Keep going. Run like the wind. Yeah, Saraya dropping the title to Hikaru Shida. I'm not.
I don't understand why she gets so many pushes.
Tony Storm.
She doesn't wrestle for I don't know how long, and then comes out of nowhere and gets the title shot.
Yeah, timeless Tony Storm.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but she needs the title like soon.
Yeah,
while this is going on,
without a doubt. I'm trying to think anything else big from that night. MJF promo with the quarters. With Juice Robinson, that seems to be getting and that's a touchdown for Patrick Mahomes to Kadarius Toney. But yeah, that seems to be a big controversial thing. But Juice Robinson has done this before, not being controversial, but he's had the quarters gimmick before. It just kind of runs in a very gray area, black and white area when you talk about religion. So it gets a little hairy. I wouldn't want to step in that muck necessarily, but it makes for a fiery storyline. It actually gets some stuff behind it, gets some eyeballs, controversy or not, but it is what it is. Fucking Tony Khan's been all over Twitter.
The Twitter dude.
Yeah, just he's been crazy on Twitter. I don't know what to make of that exactly. Just I thought he was getting
Phillies tie it up.
There we go. Always a good time. So something tragic must have just happened. Blasting another homer.
Yeah, didn't that just happen recently?
It did. They brought up how one of the coaches is coming back from physical therapy. He's they got a shot of him swinging a wiffle ball bat. I was like, oh Lord, why would I would never want that on TV?
Yeah.
And then the very next thing is a swing and it's a drive. Castellanos.
That's funny. He's swinging the bat, just transitioning to Castellanos swinging.
Yeah, that would be great. Let's see. no matter what your cup of tea was, basically both had 30 minutes of free TV, free commercial free 30 minutes in the beginning. So that was cool. Title matches galore, special appearances, overflow time for both. And, overall just great wrestling. Like I said, who won? Like I said, the matches for AEW for me, but the viewership went to the NXT because that was their usual thing. Again, Tony Khan's big, like, oh yeah, they won, but it was the first time Undertaker and John Cena have been on TV and had less than 1 million viewers or something like that. So
That's crazy.
if he wanted to hang his hat on that, that's fine, but you still lost in terms of the viewership.
Yeah. Tony was tweeting a little too much yesterday.
And that's what I've been saying too about him. Well, now with Tony's tweeting too much, that affects it. But for sure with Meltzer and Brian Alvarez still trying to like yes and with like yes but with like the viewership on this is like just take it, recognize the L for lack of a better term. Like you didn't get as many viewers. It's fine. Chalk it up. They have this day. That's just how it is. But I always say Meltzer and Alvarez, they're kind of being a detriment. And for sure now, Tony might be turning off a couple people that might have been considering like watching AEW, but now you're like, oh, he's tweeting like a maniac and a cokehead. I'm not gonna follow. I'm not gonna watch this. That's
his tweet yesterday. This one, where he replied to some random guy, and he's just like,
"That's when it gets deep. That's what Meltzer does. And that's what I really just like."
This
what
random guy. The difference is that Vince has the power and influence to take them cheap. Well, let me see. Okay, so it was about. I'm just trying to get some context here. It says, okay, Vince has never taken a cheap shot at the competition before. And then this guy replied saying, the difference is that Vince has the power and influence to take them cheap shots. He's earned the right to make them. Tony Khan is Vince if you order him from Temu. You can shop like a billionaire, but you'll get the cheapest tat doing so. And Tony Khan replied and he said, yes, Vince has allegedly used his power and influence to shoot a lot of shots.
Yeah.
And that was like, oh,
like he
misread
the tweet.
Tony? You're just taking these like personal shots, which I did think that tweet was funny, but I was like, come on, Tony.
A thing like no one to hold them, no one to fold them type deal. I mean, overall, like I said, the card was crazy awesome. Swerve and Danielson to open it up. Even Powerhouse Hobbs getting an upset win over Jericho. Hangman and who was Hangman and Jay White later on, and that added on to the Swerve and Hangman storyline. So I thought that was okay with then that leads into Danielson and Christian Cage in a collision. Led off with Christian Cage. It was a solid night, and then even on the NXT side of things, I made sure to watch both. Opened up with, of course, Cody Rhodes is the special guest
that was annoying.
of NXT. Yeah,
that was annoying.
Hearing him lisp his way through the fucking opening monologue was crazy.
My favorite part was LA Knight being the guest ref for no reason. For the championship, man.
No reason.
And they just had any way they can integrate these people into the show. They were like, LA Knight, you're the ref for this championship match.
Yeah, like you said, it makes no sense. If I could take one thing though, like it makes, like you were saying earlier, it makes sense. This is their night. That's why they got the viewership. And to be fair, they had the star power too.
Oh, of course.
They had all the guys. But what really matters overall is the wrestling, because that's what we're watching. Who had the better wrestling matches? AEW had the better wrestling matches.
I was just about to say exactly that. Asuka and Roxanne Perez. This is the first time I've ever seen Roxanne Perez. I just don't. Well, we're usually recording on Tuesday, so we don't watch NXT. That's just how it be. Overall, not a good match. Asuka just did what she could. I did like the pub rules, the Brawling Brutes and Tyler Bate versus the, Gallus. I don't know who these guys are, but, just because, violence, that's going to get my monkey brain involved. That's going to for sure get me locked in and watch. That was fun. That's just a good old time. Booch and Bate and Holland all got the win right there. I guess rightfully so. Booch. Let's see, John Cena and Braun Breaker type. They got some promos going on.
I feel like that WWE was just all promos basically.
It is sometimes all talk wrestling. That's how it be. Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio. This was the LA Knight special guest match.
I like their champion. That Dragunov guy is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say that. I've
Mhm.
seen some of his matches before, and he's like, I love how he's just insane.
Very.
Just
I think
wrestles pretty well.
with him and Gunther. I think that was the big like match of the year candidate for them at this past year or two. So that's their guy. That's their go-to worker for sure. I'm trying to think. There was this women's breakout tournament. Sorry.
Yeah, NXT and AEW had women's matches on at the same time. I was like,
Yeah.
which TV am I like? I think I was watching whatever was on the other.
between us three. Luckily, I DVR'd it because I fast forward through all of it. Let's see. They had that finally. Carmelo Hayes and Braun Breaker. Carmelo Hayes got the win. I thought Braun would have got it. I don't know if you guys have paid attention. Apparently, I missed the boat. I didn't pay attention at all. I thought Braun Breaker is putting on like a Scott Steiner accent. That's how it comes off to me. I didn't think that's a speaking voice. Someone else told me he's been talking like that this whole time. I don't know. I thought he was just trying to speak like a normal human, but coming off like that, at least to me, like I said, and then there was the whole thing. This post really got me. It was like these AI pictures are getting out of control, and it was the Undertaker pulling up to NXT on the motorcycle. So we got American Badass Undertaker.
I will say his chokeslam there looked better than anything he did on his last
very
match.
good choke slam. I'll give him that.
Good sell by Breaker.
Starts with Braun Breaker jumping.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So he got the little return right there. So that brought in a bunch of pop, and that was everyone's like, "Oh my God, Undertaker's back." He's not wrestling long term. Sorry, pal. He doesn't.
He's not
has a new
back.
hip. He has a new hip. He has a new knee. Like
Doesn't want to break that again.
Yeah, exactly.
He's far from back.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember when that was free. It was like, oh my God, he's gonna have a mat. No, I'm sorry, that's not gonna happen.
And honestly, who wants to see? I saw a report recently where Ric Flair wants one more match.
Yeah.
I was like, why, dude? Did you not learn your lesson, man? These people need to stop wrestling.
He did this twice already.
There was like a quote retweet, please, Mr. Flair, we love you. Don't go back into the ring. We want to see you alive and healthy.
I will never make fun of that.
That'll never not.
No, we did miss out an opportunity calling out the Undertaker. If someone would have flipped off the lights, that would have been pretty funny.
That'd
have been a couple views. Either way, last thing right here, just on NXT, Brian Pillman Jr. renouncing his father's name. He'll be going by the stripper name of Lexus King.
Oh, is that what he was rambling about?
Yeah.
We were watching it with no volume, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we just saw him like face right in the camera.
Going by the name the guy who actually raised me. And I'm like, what? Lex Luger? Lexus King? What do you want?
Also, I doubt he didn't like his father, and it's just like WWE's immediate. I don't know if that's true or not. I just assume it's just a story.
I mean, he was only 4 years old. I doubt you can create such you love your dad at 4 years old. That's how it is. Yeah. I mean, yes, to be able to make that. I
hated my father.
Yeah. Now that I recognize, that's crazy. That's crazy. I thought it was a kind of. I thought it was a bad move by creative, and then someone online was already like, "No, it's too early." I'm like, if you saw him in AEW, you know what you're gonna get. You know what's coming. You're gonna get solid work, probably little to no charisma. You could have flipped him and made him heel in AEW, and it probably would have been the same return. So I'm okay with this. He's gonna be actually able to use like the Brian Pillman footage, but renounces the name. I think that's a bad move.
Yeah.
All these NXT names are just ridiculous. Lexus or what?
You
Lexus
think
King.
this was his idea?
Fuck no.
Yeah, no. That's what I was gonna say. Like, definitely, they just made up this storyline right away. Like, hey, just say you hate your dad.
There's a handful of people that have creative.
Yeah.
I think Brian Pillman Jr. is gonna have creative control. Like Jade Cargill probably has little to no say, and then. That's why I would also love that those rumors back a couple months ago when CM Punk was getting the love, and it's like, oh, are the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega gonna leave and go to WWE? They would have no fucking chance of being able to say anything, and they're creative. Like that's just bonkers to me. That whatever. We're going off on tangents. I mean, that was the head-to-head. That was the day. I somewhat enjoyed both. For sure enjoyed AEW more than NXT, but
I'll say sure who really won in views WWE did, but who really had the better show.
yeah, exactly. It's up to whoever. It's your choice. You can decide. We can sit here and pick each one apart, but at the end of the day, just enjoy wrestling. That's what we want. Enjoy your cup of tea. Enjoy your wrestling. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Wrestling's never been as hot as it is now. Probably never as good as it is now. So that's it. That's the way it rolls.
Oh, it was on the defense.
Oh, there you go.
That's
no
big
pick.
for Maul.
There you go. If you
Big
cats are
kills.
good on that, that is
Holmes, but
Yeah.
yeah. That might be episode 39. That could be, a little bit of check please over here. Apps are done, food's done, main course all done. Thank you, boys, for joining us. Thank you, Mike, for letting us record in this little stew, your humble abode.
Damn, that's stew.
The stew. You see, you didn't bring your notebook again, but I know you're taking those notes over. There you go. Always saving paper. The Gator is saving paper.
Gotta save the environment.
Doing what we can over here.
Gotta save those tree logs for eating.
Are you a beaver now? What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, if I can't find food, I gotta eat something.
They survive. They've been since prehistoric time. Either way, episode 39. Be sure to check us back next week. Check me out tomorrow, or I'll be as I'm posting it today, Friday, 1 p.m. Central. Twitch.tv/SportsTownShy. Checking in everything there. Next week, Bad Karma Wrestling returns, so be able to check that out live as well. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you, Troy. Always for tuning in. I would always, like I said, thank you for taking the notes, but you're lying to us like usual. Either way, check us back next week. This has been No Substitute for Sports. We'll see you.
so.